What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I did just recently get a 2020 Chevrolet Silverado. I did get the LT trim style of this truck. So today we're going to be doing the first of at least a couple upgrade videos for it. Now, if I did do a video on the truck overall completely stock and just showing it off and everything I got with it, you can find the link for that video down in the description, and it might pop up here on the screen. But today we're doing the first of at least a couple upgrade videos, and today's upgrade video is going to be upgrades that I'm doing to this that are under $20 a piece. So it's not a whole lot of money to do these upgrades, and I think it's a very good upgrade. It's not some cheesy crap that's real cheap. It's something that's genuinely pretty good to do to your truck. Now, I am doing this video, which is upgrades under $20. I will be doing at least one more that I have a couple of upgrades that I'm going to do to this truck, and I haven't gotten all the stuff yet. I've gotten some of the stuff. So I know I'm going to do at least one more upgrade video on this, but I'm not exactly sure what all is going to be in that video, and if it's going to be more than one, and how much. Like if it's going to be $50, under $50, like this is under $20. I'm not quite sure how that video is going to turn out, but there is going to be somewhere down the road another upgrade video for this truck. Today's, however, is upgrades under $20, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing and how to do it. So today's video, we are upgrading the antenna, which this is something to think about. I'm getting one of the stubby antennas right here. I think it's a 7-inch, real like thicker than your regular antenna, but it's only 7 inches tall. Something to think about before you do this is if you do listen to like FM radio, I don't know how good this is going to work with you doing that. Like you can hear it good with your regular antenna that you have on your truck. If you do this, it might be real staticky. I don't know. But it looks a whole lot better, and I don't listen to radio. Since I got this truck, I do get the Sirius XM satellite radio, which I am a huge fan of. Like everything that they offer on that channel, love that. So I do listen to that. That does not use this antenna, and this antenna looks a whole lot better than the tall, skinny one that comes on it. So that's why I'm doing this upgrade. But that is something to think about before you start to do this. I did pick this up for about like 12 bucks, somewhere around there. You can find, I got all of this stuff on Amazon too, by the way. All of the upgrades in this video and the next video I'm going to do, all of it came off Amazon. So you can find all this stuff fairly easy on Amazon. The antenna I'm putting on came on Amazon. This particular truck, I really like that Chevrolet upgraded just about all of the lights on the whole entire truck to LED. That's great. What's really stupid is they didn't do all of it. So on the front, the headlight housing, you have a running light that's on all the time if your truck is, I think, in gear. And then you have 3 lights on the front on each side of your truck. 2 are, I think, the low beam, and you have 1 high beam. And then you have your turn signal or caution lights. That's the amber. So it's all in one housing, and everything in that is LED except the turn signal. Don't know why they did that, but they did it. So this upgrade, I did get these bulbs to replace those particular bulbs. I can't remember right off the top of my head what the bulb actually is, but when we go out and do it, I'll tell you what that is. But we are replacing that, so everything on the front bulb light-wise is going to be LED now. And all the lights on the interior are LED, so we don't have to do anything there. Then moving on to the back, they did not do your license plate lights. I got some of those to replace that, and also some to replace the backup lights. That is also not LED. The only thing I can think of that I haven't necessarily checked on, because I know I want to do these upgrades, is the brake light. I can't remember off the top of my head if that is LED or regular halogen bulb. So when I pull that off to put the backup light in, I'll check that and see. And if it's not, if it's a regular halogen bulb and it's not LED, probably won't be in this video, but somewhere down the line, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. But these are the 4 specific upgrades that we're gonna be doing in this video, all under $20. You can get all of these for under $20 a piece. So we're doing the antenna, replacing the front caution blinking lights and the license plate lights and the backup light on the truck. Those are the upgrades we're going to be doing. However, before we get started with this, I have gotten some of the stuff and I have ordered, I think, everything I'm going to do this, but I haven't gotten everything in. One of the things we're going to be doing is putting these rock lights on. Now, I am going to be putting these under each door on the truck, and I am going to be hooking them up to a separate switch, which is also going to be in another video, because I'm doing these rock lights. I'm doing a LED light bar that I've already ordered, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to pull it off, but I will do it. It's probably going to be hidden behind the grill somewhere, but I've got an LED light bar I'm going to put in. And then the other one is, what the heck did I order? Fog lights. Yeah, that's another thing that really pissed a lot of people off with this truck, is you spend all of this money on a really nice truck and they can't even put fog lights in it. I mean, it's really stupid. And so when I first noticed that, that was one of the first things I wanted to do this truck. It was like, oh, it ain't got fog lights, I'm gonna put fog lights on it. So I went online, looked through the dealer and everywhere else online, and the cheapest you could find a set of fog lights for this thing was like $200-300. Absolutely ridiculous. So I was like, I don't really need them that bad. I really wanted them, but not that bad. So what I ended up finding is a square LED fog light that actually came with the LED light bar that I got. So I got 2 fog lights and the LED light bar all together, all off of Amazon. So I am going to be putting fog lights in, which is not going to be the regular fog lights that go in this truck, because they wanted an absurd amount of money. But I am going to put fog lights in it, which is going to require wiring to a separate switch, which I also got, and I'm going to have to make a bracket of some kind to mount where the fog lights go. So whenever I get to doing all that, I will show how I did it and everything. So we're doing these 4 upgrades in this video, all under $20. At least one more video, which will include rock lights, fog lights, and LED light bar. Something else I'm doing is I did get a light up switch for all 3 of those, the rock lights, LED light bar, and the fog lights. And something that is really cool is that it's actually engraved on it. You can get engraved switches with different stuff on it, and I found 3 separately, which was fog lights, running light, fog lights, LED light bar, and rock lights engraved on it. So it's not going to really match everything, but it is the best option that I wanted to go with. But all 3 switches light up blue, and they are all engraved on what they are. So I thought that was really cool. So rock lights, LED light bar, fog lights, and the switches. I'm going to show you all of it and how I wire it up and all that stuff, how I mount it, everything, how I get it all done. That is going to be in the other video or other videos coming up. Today's video is just going to be these 4 upgrades, so let's get right into it. All right, so first thing we're going to be doing is the antenna, which is going to be probably the easiest. Kind of hard doing this with one hand. So this is the antenna that I got. And this should be a direct fit for the antenna that I pull off. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's leave this here since I only got one hand. Oh, and if you haven't seen the video that I did on the truck. This is the truck, if we can focus. There we go. Alright, so antenna. Yeah, this should come off real easy. You shouldn't need a wrench or anything for this. So this is the stock antenna. Let's put this guy on. It just screws down into that. And it is a direct fit. Fits nice. That looks a whole lot better than that cheap thing. And it's like really hard to miss too. That's kind of what I was going for. Does it look kind of weird? Yeah, but I like that. So first upgrade done. All right, now let's move on to the lights. This is what I was talking about earlier. These are your low beam headlights, and I think that's your high beam headlight. And then you have a LED light in here that is your running lights, and then down here is the halogen bulb. You can see that in there, but it's not LED. So let's go ahead and pop the hood and see if we can get those out. This thing is kind of, find it, yeah, there you go. Okay, doesn't it? Yeah, if you're wondering, just put your hand in between the hood and the grill, and you can feel that in there. Kind of threw me off the first time I did it. I had to look up how to open the hood. All right, so like I said, this thing, this whole entire thing here is all, focus, there you go. This whole entire thing is one housing. It's all one piece. So down here, I need to get a light. Hold on, let me get a light. My free Harbor Freight lights. Okay, if I can get this to fold in here, and get it in the middle somewhere. To fall. This thing doesn't have a magnet on it. I think this working. There we go. All right. Now we can see in here. Okay. All right. This has one pigtail wire, that thing right there. That is all the wiring to this whole entire thing, which is really, really cool. So this whole thing is one housing. All of it is LED except the bulb that we're going to change. So all of these are LED, so it's all one housing. So you have one wiring connector to unplug from this. Now the good thing with this is we don't need to unplug that, because what is really cool is this thing right there, that thing that you can see that you need to twist, that is the bulb for your light that we're getting ready to change out. Now what's really cool is because you have the wiring right here that connects into this, somehow how they designed this is this thing, when you put the bulb in the socket and then you put the socket down in there and twist to lock it in place, it makes a connection in the housing to work, which is unbelievable. I mean, that's like ingenious. If only they could have just put an LED bulb in there, right? So this, turn it counterclockwise and just pull it on out, and this is the bulb. So let's get this replaced. Okay, so all you got to do is should pull right out. There it goes. 744. Good Lord. I have hanging lights in my overhang that I did on the shed. By the way, if you're interested in that, I did the whole shed and the overhang, everything on this thing. If you're interested, there's a bunch of videos on that. I need to put it in a playlist. But if you're interested in checking anything on that, did a bunch of videos on that. But the wind is taking them and like flinging them all over. This bulb is 744 444. So you should be able to find that on Amazon. So let's get that replaced. Oh, and we are going to replace one of these and then turn them on and see what the difference is. Okay, so this is the bulb. Oh my. Come on, be still. This is the bulb that came out, and this is the LED bulb that we're putting in. So it should work, hopefully. And it did fit right in there. Real snug and everything, not loose. So let's put this in, and then we're going to try it out and see what the difference is. Okay, so let's pop this guy back in here. Switch hands. No, I knocked my light down. Crap. Oh God, I wonder how I'm gonna get that. Oh geez, it's like completely enclosed. The heck did it even go? Alright, well, I'll get that out in a second. I can't even really see. There we go, this is a better angle. Alright, so just pop it in there and then turn this clockwise and you'll feel it stop. So that's in there. Alright, let's see if we can get the light out. I got it. Oh, good. Okay. Got the light. Alright. I am really trying hard to bust this or break it, and it's not really sticking to anything. Alright, let's turn the signal lights on and see how they work. We're probably gonna have to turn this on, I guess. Oh, no, we're not. It works. Okay. Oh, wow, that is cool. Focus. That's weird. It's making... Oh, jeez, I almost slipped. Good Lord. All right, it's worth a note. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you can really hear this clicking. I don't know if that's an LED thing or what, but you can hear that clicking, and that makes no noise. But that is so much brighter. And it's so much brighter, and the LED, it's like on off real quick, and you can see how the halogen bulb kind of like fades in and out. The LED is just bam bam. That is so much cooler. That is a good upgrade and doesn't cost a lot of money. All right, so now let's get the other one in. Let's cut these off. All right, let's get the other bulb. All right, so next bulb. You know, there's no real point in even I'm gonna end up breaking it or losing it, or... And I had a real good angle over there to like sit the phone in and try and do this, but there's like no room over here. All right, so there's a halogen bulb. Ooh, I got a little warm. All right, next one. Let's put this in. All right. I did. Oh, there it went. Okay. All right, that's locked in place. Okay, let's turn these back on. Oh, and you can like see the reflection off of that. It's so bright, and it's like real sunny out. Oh, that is so cool. That's so much better. Yeah, and that is some of the easiest light. I've installed LED lights in other trucks that I've had before, but that is a whole lot easier with like no wiring or anything. That was incredibly easy and a really good cheap upgrade for this. All right, so now let's go ahead and replace the tail lights and the license plate lights. Turn that off. Okay, so let's start with the license plate lights first, because that's going to be fairly easy. That does have wires coming to it. I've already checked, and it is just going to be a twist out type deal, so that shouldn't be that hard. With the backup lights though, this is going to have to come out, and we're going to have 2 screws to take out, and then this should just pop out theoretically, hopefully, and then we can just twist the bulb out of there and put the LED ones in. All right, so let's start working on that. All right, so this is still the same video that I started recording the other day. Obviously, this is not the same day that I started this video. This usually happens quite a bit with the videos that I try to do, because they're all like project kind of type deals. And I had to stop in the middle of this video to do something. I can't remember what it was. And then a day or two went by, and then my pool pump decided to not be worthy anymore. It started getting a whole bunch of cracks and leaking all over the place. So then I had to spend over $400 to get a new pool pump and get that all installed. And I finally got it done. I almost didn't do any work at the shop today, and I went and got this pump and came home and installed it, and I just got it done. And now I'm hopefully, we probably would get a couple of minutes before something else explodes or something like that, but hopefully right now I might actually get this video done. So, and something else that happened in the in between this and the last clip you just saw is I actually got new stuff that one thing will be included in this video. I'm going to show you. The other things are these switches I do believe I was telling you about. These are the switches. They're a little bit bigger than I wanted, but these are supposed to light up blue. I got these for the fog lights, rock lights, and the, can you see that? I don't know, you can't see it maybe, but the LED light bar. So I got all 3 switches in for the 3 things that I want to do, but I'm still kind of figuring out exactly how I want to do the wiring on there. I've given some thought to, really pissed me off even after I've ordered these switches, that I have thought about not using the switches and trying to tie it into another switch somewhere on the truck, because I want to leave the truck to where it doesn't look like I did anything to it. I want it to look like it came from the factory as much as possible. So I got the stuff, I got the switches. I'm still waiting on the fog lights, I'm still waiting on the LED light bar, but they should be here in a couple of days. So I'm still kind of figuring out exactly how I want to do that. But those 3 things with the switches, that's going to be in the other video anyway. But the one thing that I did get with the switches that I want to show you that is included in this video is this permanent vinyl. Now, my wife does the Cricut thing where she does vinyl and pictures and on shirts and stuff like that. And I asked her if she had a little piece of black, and she did, except it was the kind of like a matte type look, and I wanted it to be gloss to match my truck. So I got and I also got this off of Amazon too. I think it's 12 inches wide and it's 6 feet long. So if you want to do this, you can get this little roll to be able to do a whole lot of stuff. But what we are doing is my truck is black and the Chevrolet emblem is the regular gold Chevrolet emblem, and I thought it was a real cool idea. Hey, let's black the emblem out so it matches the truck. I've seen a couple of guys do this, and I've seen a couple of guys get like huge sheets of this and like cover up all the chrome and turn the whole entire thing black. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I was interested in covering the front emblem on it. There's no gold emblem on the back. It's just like an imprinted Chevrolet on the tailgate, but that's all the same color, so I ain't gonna worry about that. The gold emblem on the front is the only thing I'm thinking about doing. And right before I clicked record, I wanted to make sure that I was actually able to do this and pull it off. It did go real easy. Anybody can do this. I did it to my wife's car, the white Traverse. I don't know if you've seen that or not. But she's got one on the front and the back. I just did both of those, and it just took a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you everything I did and how I did it real easy. So let's do this. And then hopefully in this same day, we're going to be installing the reverse lights and the license plate lights. So hopefully we're going to do all of this in one sitting. So right now, let's go put this vinyl on the front gold emblem on the truck. All right, so before I start into that, stuff you will need if you want to do this, of course, you will need vinyl or whatever color or finish that you want to do. And then you will need any type of cleaner. Doesn't matter what cleaner it is, as long as it will clean in a rag. Before you start doing this, you need to make sure it's completely clean and there's nothing on there, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. If there's anything on there and you try to do this, it's eventually going to come off. So you want to clean it real good. You need your vinyl. Then you're going to need a pair of scissors to cut it. And then any kind of really sharp blade. I just took this out of one of my utility knives. It doesn't really matter what you use as long as it's sharp and it'll cut real good. So let's go clean this. And then we're going to figure out how big of a piece we need to cover the Chevrolet emblem. Then we're going to cut it, and then we're going to stick it on, and then we're going to etch it out and peel it off. Should be good to go. So let's go clean. Here is the front Chevrolet emblem. Before we start cleaning it, I did just do that one. Turned out really nice. And I mean, with the white, with the white car and the black, I mean, you can really do whatever color you want. I think white and black goes with everything. But since I got the black specifically for this, I thought it would look good on there. I think it turned out pretty nice. And then she does have a little bit smaller one on the back. That turned out pretty nice too. All right, so let's clean this thing. Try and do this with one hand. Just make sure you get everything off of it. All right, so let's get our roll. What did I do with the, oh, there it is. Okay. Let's figure out how much of this we need. All right, here's our piece for it. If you are planning on doing this and you are measuring out the piece that you need, be sure and cut it long. I've already screwed up this once. All right, so now we're going to take this and peel the back off of this and stick it on. Make sure it's on there real good, and then etch it out with the razor blade, any kind of blade. Should be good to go. And then that is it. Super easy, anybody can do that. That looks really cool. Kind of like changes the whole look of the trunk almost, that little tiny thing. All right, that's sweet. Now let's work on these, back to the bulbs. Oh, and I just remembered. I said something to y'all about my pool pump went bad. That's the pool pump. It's kind of a cheap pool pump, and it's a whole lot better than what I actually got on the pool, but it was still kind of, I think I paid like 200 bucks for that thing. But that started leaking real bad, so I had to replace it. This is my little pool. And if you're interested, I did both of these decks. I didn't do a video on that because I built that right after I did the house. But I did do a video on this pool deck. If you want to check that out, there's a video on that. I think it's down in the how-to videos. But I just, right before I started filming this second part of this video, got this completely hooked up. It only took me about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. It's ridiculous. I mean, that thing is huge compared to what I had. And it like pumps 3 times the amount of water. And that's filtering right now. If I turn it to recirculate, it bypasses the filter and just sucks water in there and shoots it back out there, and that's it. Water would probably hit over here. You'd be able to turn this into a swimming exercise pool, swim towards that, and it's one of those like spa things where you swim and you don't really move. Yeah, all right, well, let's get back to this. All right, so getting ready to do backup lights and license plate lights. That's going to be easier, so let's go ahead and knock those out. And I got up under here earlier and figured out where they were. Here it is. That. Let's see if I can stick my hand up in here. Just twist, and then we're gonna have to pull the bulb out, so hold on a second. All right, so got the little bulb out. Oh jeez. Since it's not like the front and we can't take the whole thing out, let's go ahead and pull the other one out, and then we'll take both the LED bulbs back. Yeah. Okay. There's that. Let's take that out. All right, and if you're wondering, these come out really easy. I've had to pull some bulbs out of vehicles before, and they're so tight, I'm scared I'm gonna bust the bulb, but they came out real easy. All right, so these are the These are the two we pulled out. These are our reverse lights. And just a reminder again that everything in this video and the other video, whenever I do that, all of this came off of Amazon. So it's not hard to get a hold of these things. Not on a bunch of different websites and don't need a knife. Not on a bunch of different websites. All of this I got off of Amazon. Alright. So this is the bulb we pulled out. It is a 194D. This is a bulb we took out. This is the one we're putting in. So let's put these in. And after, it might not be this day, sometime, it'll be right after all of this gets done in this video, I am going to run all the lights at night too to see how bright they are at dark. So let's go ahead and put these in. Alrighty. Now let's get this guy in here. Alright, that went in fairly easy and it's really snug, not loose or anything. And I did just remember as I was putting this in, I'm going to put the old one back in and see if we can see a difference now before I switch both of them. And I think it's in place. Let's get the other original bulb and put it back in and see if we can see a difference. Alright, so new LED bulb in there, and I did put the stock one back in there. So now let's see if we can turn the lights on and see what the difference is, even though it's sunny. I think we should be able to do this and turn these on. Yeah. Alright, let's see if they're on. Yep. Oh wow. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's really, really bright. And you see that's the original halogen bulb. LED halogen. Now we're going to go ahead and replace this with the new one and then start working on the backup lights. And then hopefully by then it'll be dark and I'll be able to show these off or at another time, but it will be right after I get done with these. It might be 2 or 3 days for me, but it'll just be a couple seconds for you. All right, let's replace this. All right, just got that one replaced, so they're both replaced with LEDs now. Don't mind my trash. Now we're gonna have to take 2 screws off, and they're Torx bits. All right, let's see if we can pop this guy off. All right, now we should be able to just pull this off, I think. Yep. Ooh. This is really scary doing this on a brand new truck and your truck, and if it's expensive. All right, I said something earlier about the back brake light bulbs. I hadn't gotten those because I wasn't exactly sure, but they are halogen bulbs too. And yeah, there you go. So you got one right there and right there. So we're not going to do that in this video because I just kind of found out they're halogen bulbs, but we might be doing that. I might include that in the other video if I end up doing that. And then I don't even know what that is, but there's another little halogen bulb in there too. So we might replace a little bulb here, brake light bulb, and the backup light bulb. It's got 4 on each side, all halogen bulbs. So we're only doing this one now, but I might do these later, and I'll put that in the next video. So let's get this guy out. Alright, so this is the stock backup bulb. We'll replace this, put it back in, and then see the difference. So I'm gonna get the other bulb. So this is the stock bulb. This is the new LED bulb we're putting in. It's weird. I think it's in there. It's my keys. I think you can make the backup lights turn on with the key fob. And I think if you push unlock or lock, the bulb's supposed to come on. It didn't. How am I gonna get the backlight bulb to come on? So I've wasted, I don't know, about 10 or 15 minutes doing different stuff to try and figure out how to, so I can see if this bulb's working. So I guess I'm gonna have to get in and put it in reverse, and then I'll look at this video and see if it worked or not. Hold on. Did it work? It worked. Alright, so let's pop this thing back in here. Oh, and this was weird. It was like it would only go in one way. So, I don't know, it's weird, but it works. God, I'm scared I'm gonna break something. Alright, but it did go right in place, so now we can put our screws back. Right. Now let's see if I can get Michaela out here to get in and put it in reverse so I can actually see the difference. That's more of a gold kind of color. It's hard to see with it bright outside, but that is brighter. So let's check it at nighttime. Alright, so it is really dark outside, so now let's try and check these lights out. Lights off. Daggone. They are really. kind of hard for it to focus. It's so bright. But that is a definite good upgrade. And then the license plate lights. That wasn't too crazy bright over the lights. The regular light bulbs I had in there, but it's more of a bright white color over the kind of dimmer, almost amber color. Now let's check out the front lights. Push the caution lights and you can put it in park.
This?
Yeah. And they are bright. That was probably the best upgrade out of the 3 bulbs that I changed. Alright, so that is all the upgrades I did, all for under $20. We blacked out the Chevy emblem, the antenna, LED bulbs for the front turn signals, and then the backup LED bulbs and the license plate LED bulbs, all under $20. Now, if you did like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you liked any of these, if you've done any of these, if you've got this truck, if you like it, if you don't like it, let me know all your thoughts down in the comment sections below. Be sure to give me a like, and if you haven't yet, be sure to get subscribed to the channel. I do have a bunch of different videos on different stuff that I'm doing, all of my projects and everything. I do videos now on just about anything I've got going on. So be sure to check all of those out. So be sure to get subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.